Hello, everybody, and welcome to MCC UK.
Good evening.
How are we all?
Not too bad.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
DS Models should be joining us later on, around about 8 o'clock in the show. So, and Alex, you're going to be here as long as your back holds out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Geordie Dave, do you want to do the chat?
Yeah. Okay, I've got Atoll as a start.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Atoll goes afternoon, Geordie Dave, Mark, and whoever else is on the hot seats. Lovely day up here when it's not showering. Same here when it's not showering. Now, this next one says Geordie Dave, but I'll explain it's Gillian. She's using my iPad because hers is broke down.
Hi, Atoll.
So, this will be Gillian saying good evening, Mark.
Afternoon, Gillian.
Gillian will be saying good evening, DS Models and Dave and everyone in chat. And then she says, good evening to DS Models. She's already said that. Then she's saying, good evening to me. Hi, Gillian. I'll not read the next. That was me just saying, telling you what was happening. I'll go from here. David Westbury. Hello, Mark.
Hello, David.
Hi, David.
And Gillian says hi to Horlixs.
Hi, Gillian.
And D goes evening, Mark.
Hiya, D.
And Atoll goes hi, Horlixs. And what is this, Gillian? From her iPad. It's batteries eventually give up. And D goes evening, Geordie. Hi, D. And Gillian goes good evening, D. D goes sorry evening, Gillian. LOL. And D Harris goes Dave Westbury evening. And D goes evening, Alex and Jodie. Hi, D.
Hi, D.
Hi, D.
And Atoll goes evening, D and Gillian. And that is the chat up to now.
Okay, thank you. So we'll go around and see what everybody's working on.
Well, I'll just bring the camera down.
As always. So I'll go to Horlixs first because he looks like he's ready.
Yeah. So
Already? There we go.
Make a start on the wooden car this time.
Cool.
Now the train's done. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll get, but yeah, I'm going to start this one anyway.
Okay. We'll go to Geordie.
Right. Well, the part I was waiting for this still hasn't arrived, even though I got an email confirming that we're going to sort it out. So I can't finish that. So I went out and bought another wooden model kit, and this is a truck. Unfortunately, you can't see it with the stickers. It's a fuel tanker.
Cool.
Nice.
So I'm going to get this opened. So I'm building this.
Is that an Amazon?
Eh?
Is that Amazon buy?
Yeah, but it wasn't a cheap model neither.
No.
It was under £20, but you know, wasn't. So I've got this to build. So get me knife, baby knife, get it open.
Yeah. Okay, myself. So I'm first going to be kind of finish off the light blocking on this piece because I had to do that side. I'm going to do this side as well. If I can get that done and I'm a bit early, I'm going to finish off. I might have a look at doing some more painting, on this R2D2 head. But it just depends how far I get and what things dry, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that is me.
Gillian goes good evening to Atoll. D goes evening Atoll. And David Wesbury says, I remember watching you Horlixs years ago. It's good to see you still modelling.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, what was it? The bus? Were you watching the Route Master build? I've done a few, but I haven't really done so many Partworks now because just the space. I've got no space to store them. So yeah, I'm just doing the odd little thing, and we were actually talking the other week, weren't we, about potentially like a shelf railway or something. So yeah. Oh God.
Well, wrap these up, didn't we?
Right, yeah, know where that's getting in from. So that can be fixed quite easily.
But saying that about the models, I do have 2 to do from Wild of Wayne. Really need to get them sorted. It's just my health stopping me just getting into it, really. I was due to do it any day, really, but it's just one thing after another. I'm just going through physio at the minute, so. But no, as soon as it eases a bit, I'll be on it. And I've got the a Porsche, 2 Porsches today.
If you need a hand, let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. We'll do it like we did the Ferrari. So yeah, I do have 2 more coming. They're part built, but they're not too far in, I don't think. So I need to just pick off where it left off.
I'll catch up on this chat before I start. Dave McBill says, good evening, Mark, Horlixs and Geordie and all in chat. Good evening, Dave Mac.
Hi, Dave.
D says, good evening, Dave McBuilds. Dave McBuilds says, hi, D. How are you, sir? David Westbury says, I have the same problem. I have got 40 models on the go. Don't know where I'm going to put them.
Yeah.
I'd build an extension. Worry about that when it's built. That's my motto. Athel says, Gillian, tip for you to consider when practicing ping pong, use a bat and not your iPad. D says, same day, but can't complain in this house. No one listens. LOL. Dave McBill says, LOL, it's the same here as well. Dave McBill says, evening to David. David says, evening, Dave Mac. And Athel says, hello, Dave Mac again. Got the awful task of shopping tomorrow.
Yeah, I hate shopping. It's all right though, because it's once it's done, you get that sense of relief when you get back. It's like, oh, it's done.
Yeah, it's just it's really the Wednesday's the only really day I actually go out of the house. I know it sounds bad, but I don't really go out the house very often. I did do it at the weekend because me, Jack and Oliver went to Comic-Con in Huddersfield, which was good fun. So it's my only really time that I go out. But it's other people. Just no consideration sometimes.
Yeah.
That gets me frustrated. And it's going to get worse because schools are going to break up for summer soon and they'll be off for 6 months. Or however long they are off for.
6 weeks.
Well, I was exaggerating. Just seems like they're off a heck of a lot.
It feels like 6 months, but
yeah.
No, I get it. Like, well, obviously when I can, I like to go to Thorpe Park and all the theme parks. And every time I seem to go, thinking it's a quiet day, there's coach loads of kids there. I'm like, you're supposed to be learning, not going around on these roller coasters. I remember when I was at school, I think once we might have had a treat and went to a theme park in the whole time I was at school, but not every freaking week, it seems.
We went twice to Alton Towers in high school.
Yeah.
So, but that was during the week. Was it during the week? I think it was, yeah. So, let's catch up with this chat. David says evening to D. Dave Matt says hello, Athel. I think I've done that. Hello, Athel again. Dave Matt Bill says to David, I've got the same problem, but I do my builds in the shed where they stay, but I'm doing a 5-foot diorama of Warhammer, and once that gets put in place, I've no more room, LOL. Dave Matt Bill says, kids today have more breaks than a Kit Kat, LOL. D. Harris says, school of here for 8 weeks for the summer holidays. Wow. Dave Matt Bill says, blimey D, that's a long summer break. Yeah, but I mean, when it were school holidays, when I were on school holidays, I never saw my parents much. I was out all the time.
yeah, me too. Different nowadays.
D says, Dave Mack, yeah, then JJ back for a couple of days before 2 weeks in Spain. You see, we always used to go on holiday abroad when I was growing up. In the first 2 weeks of the summer break, and then we'd come back home and I would have about another 4 weeks. You couldn't find me. I were out. And Dave Matt Bill says, at least he's travelling, D. Anthor says, when I was a kid, we went on furlough to a theme park. Me and my girlfriend missed the bus back as we were otherwise engaged. Wow. Danno Builds says, when I was at high school and our summer holidays were 5 weeks, then we had to wait for Christmas to have 2 weeks, a long 3 months. They just seem to be getting longer and longer to the school holidays. D. Harris says, Dave Mack, he loves where we stay. 8th time, same hotel. And we've got Steve 131 who says, evening all. Good evening, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Okay. To chat. So Dave Bill says, good evening, Steve131. D. Harris says, evening, young Steve. Athol says, hi, Steve131. Steve131 says, at Dave Builds, evening, young man. Steve131 says, sure, being arrested, laughing face. And then Steve131 says, who's been? We've got DS Models that says, be on with you guys soon, and we'll be giving an update on Chris. So, look forward to seeing you, Dave. Steve131 says, at D. Harris, evening, my lord. D. Harris says, fire service, Steve, not far from Alex.
Yeah, it's next door.
Putting his thumb up. Athel says, no rush, Dave, as Chris comes first. We've got Gina's Crafts, who says, hi, everyone. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Gina.
Gillian says, good evening, Dave Builds. Steve131 says, at Athel, evening, sir. Gillian says, good evening to Steve131. And Steve131 says, at Geordie Dave, evening, sir. And Athel says, hi, Gina, that's nice.
Hi, Steve.
I don't think Steve's realising that it's Gillian on your account, Geordie.
Oh, right. Yeah, Gillian's using my iPad, making things complicated.
Okay, Steve131 says, at Gillian, evening. And Dave Bill says, evening, Gillian. Athel says, what a day we've had. Only one lift working, and it was not mine. No cold water as a main bust, and our water tank quickly got emptied, but made a call, and within 40 minutes, 2 times 600 gallons were on site. Wow. Gone really overcast here. I think it's going to rain again. Athos says, we have rain showers off and on all day and night. Hamish toilet is in on the balcony as he dislikes the fire stairs. And Steve 131 says, at D Harris, is there any electricity surge in Northern Ireland?
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hello.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, not so bad. Well, I say not so bad. Not so good neither, but you have to keep this like this, you see, don't you? Right, okay. So, good evening, everybody. Yeah, good evening to Steve and Dee and Dave Mac and Athol and everybody else in there that I've forgotten. And hello. So, what a week. Yeah, what am I working on tonight? Well, I'll show you. Let's have a look. If I can do my camera, that is. Can I remember how to do my camera? Let's see if my camera works. Okay, well, I'm going to be working on this thing here, this bus again. I'm going to be working on this bus again. So this is the 1/24th scale ochre model, mostly made out of wood, by ochre, and 1/24th scale. Last week I was doing the I was doing the back stairs, so I'm going to be doing some more to the back stairs this evening, all being well. I'm going to be putting some of this tin work on if I can get it to fit, and some adverts on the stairs, and see what happens on that score. So that's what I'm going to be doing, all being well.
Looks cool.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? I suppose it's not bad. And I've got a trusty cup of tea as well, which I'm having a slurp of. And yeah, I'm a bit nervous as well because I want to give you an update on Christine, but I don't want to go on too much. But I want to let everybody know what's what and what she's been through and what she's going to go through, and yeah, hopefully things will get on an even keel shortly. So anyway, I know that I've not been around that much over the last few months or so. In actual fact, it's been in July, it's been 3 years since Christine's been poorly. So she's been poorly at home with me for 3 years in July. So and I know that because I took some photographs at a show that we went to in June 3 years ago, and she wasn't very well at that show, but it was just after that show that she started going downhill a bit more and more. And anyway, there's been quite a few things that's been wrong with Christine. She's been so poorly, I can't tell you, over the last 3 years. There is things that I don't want to tell you, which you can hopefully forgive me for, if you like, because I don't want to go into detail. But what I want to tell you is that she's just come home last week from another second serious operation on her bowel, where she had 22 centimeters of bowel removed. And so yeah, that's the second operation like that she's had in the past 2 years. But the main problem, if that isn't enough to live with, her main problem is that she's got stage 4 breast cancer. And stage 4 breast cancer is it's non-operable. There's nothing they can do to operate. Can't remove her breast or anything. Can't do anything with her lymph nodes or anything like that. And the only thing the NHS can provide, which isn't provided by the NHS, is a course of tablets. And the course of tablets will last for as long as her body will take it. And the course of tablets is on, they call them air brands, and they're currently, you have 3 weeks on them, so one every day for 3 weeks, and then you have a week off, so you have 7 days off. And it's a bit like it's a bit like chemotherapy in tablet form. So there's no chemotherapy or radiotherapy or anything else like that that can help. And as I say, it is stage 4 breast cancer, and it's gone to her chest bone, and her chest has started filling up with fluid over the last few months, and she's had her lungs drained 4 times now, and each time they've taken well over 1 litre out of one lung. So and as I say, not to go into too much detail, it's not gone to lung cancer yet officially, but they do call it pleural effusion. So what I'm telling you is absolutely and utterly and 100% true, and we've no cause to tell you any lies or anything. And it was Christine's choice tonight that I told you all that she is going through this. She does really appreciate all the love that you're sending to her, and as you can appreciate, life is pretty different for us at the minute. We want to try and do things if we can while we've got a summer, whatever summer that is. But obviously with Christine, it's a day-to-day thing. She's sometimes she feels very well indeed. She could go out and be out for 3 or 4 hours and be okay, but the next day she could be in bed all day and not want to get out of bed at all and feel quite poorly. So it's an ad hoc thing, so we can't plan anything really. As you know, we've got a vintage Morris Minor, and we would like to get out in our vintage Morris Minor to a few car shows, and we would like to take our models, such as our big bus models, to shows. But that's, you know, it's got to be planned, and it's got to be, you know, it's very difficult. So we're just playing things day by day, and you know, if she feels all right on the day when we could go out in the car, then, you know, we do that. If she doesn't, then we don't go out. So it's as simple as that. So they've not mentioned anything about life expectancy, and I'm not expecting that they will do. What the nurse at the breast cancer clinic did say, she has got a lady or ladies on this drug treatment that has been there for 5 years or more. So there's a good prospects of keeping the cancer at bay, or keeping it stayed, as they like to call it. There's a good prospect of that. And also the drug that she's on is a funded drug. It's obviously funded through Macmillan and various other charities, and can tell you that it costs £3,000 a month for Christine to be on this drug, which is absolutely and utterly scandalous, as we all know. So drugs like that should come absolutely free to everybody. I mean, obviously we don't have to pay that, but the charities that's running the cancer hospital are funding that for Christine and many others. So but that's how much the drug costs for their cancer. So it's £3,000 a month. And then there's other pills on top, of course. So we're probably edging towards £3,750, £4,000 a month, just to keep being alive. So, which is absolutely scandalous. So, and if I could, I would drop the F-bomb, a bit like Donald Trump has today, but I won't, obviously, because we've got a nice channel here. So anyway, I digress. So anyway, thank you for asking about Christine, and thank you for being there with us. And obviously I don't feel like doing a lot on the channel, and my mind's all over the place, which is why my channel, my last update on my channel was that little video that I put on of green fields. I know that was a bit strange, but my mind at the moment is not on the job, as you can understand. Everything has been skittled of our plans, our things that we was going to do or we wasn't going to do. Everything's on hold, or it's you know, it's stayed until we, you know, we can actually go out. Like I said, until Christine feels better on a certain day, we don't know what we're going to do. So obviously I've got to play things day by day, almost hour by hour. But anyway, I've got to be positive, and Christine's positive as well. So thankfully, and we're managing. You know, we haven't started going at each other's throats yet or anything, but it's very stressful and it's very awkward and very difficult, obviously. So, and very upsetting for the rest of our family. So we have to take family time quite preciously, and so obviously building models doesn't really count as family time for, you know, on YouTube and what have you. So, but it just gives me a little bit of relief, if you like, from caring and what have you. And there is only me, and that is the downside of being a lone child, the only child. Christina's got a brother, but he's quite poorly as well. And we have got cousins and things, and we have got a son and daughter-in-law who just come and visit us quite often. And as you know, we've got a daughter as well, but obviously she's in care, so there's not a lot our daughter can do. So, but yeah, we're for now, things are on an even keel. Things have come to a stage where it's plateaued and it seems to have flattened out a bit, and there's no dips in the road, shall we say, up to now. But keep your fingers crossed, and yeah, pray for us if you wish, and you know, that we just keep on that even keel for as long as possible, and we'll try and be as happy and as positive as possible in the future. So anyway, that's my update on Christine.
Wow.
Right. Okay, I'll pick up the chat.
Start it where I left off, Geordie.
Right. D. Harris goes, Steve, no, but there's one heck of a drain on it, LOL. Dave Mack goes, good evening, Sir Dave.
Evening, Dave.
Steve131 says, Master Sir JJ of the PlayStation, salutations and a fine evening to you, my lord. Steve goes, evening, Sir Dave.
Good evening, Steve.
Atul goes, dinner tonight was chicken masala with sweet and chili sauce and peas, washed down with apple juice.
Ooh.
Dave Wesbury goes, hi DS Models, bus looks great.
Hi, thank you.
Steve131 goes, jolly nice bus, Sir Dave.
Thank you.
Dave Mark says the bus has come along very nicely, Sir Dave.
Thank you.
D goes, evening, Sir Dave.
Good evening, Dave.
Steve131 goes, very sad news, Sir Dave. Best wishes to Christine.
Thank you.
Dave Mark says, give Christine my love, Sir Dave.
Thank you, will do.
Dale Mark 3D, good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Thank
Dale.
you.
Hi there.
Dave Mark goes, evening again, Dale. And Dale goes, hey, Dave Mark. Steve131 goes, Dale Mark, 3D, evening. Dale goes, hi, Steve. We'll have Trek Modz. Good evening, gentlemen. Greetings from across the pond.
Hi, Trek Modz.
Hiya.
Dave Mark goes, evening, Trek Modz. And we'll have Lindsey in. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Lindsey.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsey. And Trek Modz goes, hi, Dave.
Hello.
And I'll store it there. Yep. Send Christina well, Dave.
Thank you, will do. As you guys know,
stifling in the heat wave.
oh, it's been horrendous. Yeah, we have got coolers and everything though. We've got fans and what have you. So it's just when you're on a cancer treatment as well, you're not supposed to sit out in the sun for too long. So I've actually got a big brolly, and I put a spike in the ground and clamped the pole of the brolly to this spike in the ground, and then open the brolly. And anyway, we found that only lasts 5 minutes, and then you've got to move either the chair that Christine's sitting in or the brolly,
Oh,
because
God.
where the sun goes round. So
I half expected you to say the cat or the dog nicks the chair that Christine's supposed to be sitting in.
no.
A bit more chat. So Dave McBill says, evening, Lindsay. Athol says, Dave, I was a carer to my mother for 22 years, so know roughly what you're going through. Chin up, even when you think it's impossible.
Yeah, thank you. It's not too brilliant. I mean, obviously, I'm looking after elderly parents as well. Well, elderly parents and elderly step parents. And that's obviously taken its toll on me. So.
Dale Mack says, hey, Trek Mods. Dale Mack says, good evening, Lindsay. Steve131 says that Lindsay's build evening. Dave Matt Build says, got another heat wave on the way. I hope not.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, next Monday, I think it said.
Athol says, Lord Bacon of Sarnies, evening, Lindsay. Trek Mod says, hot in the UK, question mark. It has been.
Yeah, it has been, yeah.
Hotter and hotter each year. Dave Matt Bill says, it's cooled down for now, Trek Mods. D131 says, at Trek Mods, evening, sir, what part of Over the Pond are you? Trek Mod says, the AC has no effect unless you stand in front of it.
Yeah.
Says, at Steve131, Sudbury, Ontario, Canada, sir. And Dale Mack says, at Dave Mack Builds, not had any cooling, stayed the same muggy temperature, tiddled for about 3 minutes, lol. Depends where you are in the UK.
Yeah, it's very hit and miss, isn't it?
If you're up north, it's at the moment wind, rain, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad up here.
Okay, Tretmod says, you guys can call me Geordie.
Geordie.
I do.
Dave McBill says, it's cool down here in Rainchesterdale, and all we've had is rain here. Yeah. And Steve131 says, Tretmod's very nice. I got to go to Toronto and Niagara.
Oh, Niagara Falls, of course.
You know, I'm sure I've just heard thunder.
Well, you maybe might have.
And Dale Mack says, hey, Jody. Oh, what's it saying on Rain Radar? No, shouldn't really have anything.
No rain?
It's saying not according to the Rain Radar. Tretmod says Niagara is beautiful.
Yeah.
Dave McBill says, nice to meet you, Jody. D. Harris says, at Tretmod's evening. Athol says, northeast Scotland, 15 to 19 degrees C between rain showers.
Oh.
D. Harris says, evening, Dale Mac, 3D. And Dale says, hey, D. So the challenge we are going out tonight is mine, Geordie Dave's, and actually yours, Dave.
Oh, thank you. I didn't realise.
I like to change it up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Now and again, and go to somewhere different. And
yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, what's that? What that's them words they use now? They don't use change it up. They use what's that? Game changer. That's the one. It's a game changer. Everything's a game changer now, isn't it?
Mm.
When they're describing something, it's a game changer. Yeah, I like it. Oh, thank you for doing that. See if I can get this out of here. You wouldn't think a kit like this has got this flipping metal stuff, but it hasn't.
No. Steve131 says, at D Harris, is the wee man ignoring my greeting? Question mark. Tretmos says, double-decker bus or trolley DS? Question mark.
It's a double-decker bus. It's a London B-type, AC B-type bus. It's the Ochre 124 scale model bus by Ochre. Get it on the camera. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Something like that. So yeah, ACB type bus.
Dale Max says 22 degrees here in Nottinghamshire. Glorious sunshine. Tretmod says it looks great.
Oh, thank you.
And Dale Max says, amazing how a few counties apart show different weather conditions.
Yeah, not half.
And Athel says, evening Tretmod struck Geordie. I've just been sent a picture by Lindsey to share and show. So I'll bring that up. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Wow. That skin colour is bang on, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's a 3D resin print that somebody's done for him that he's painting.
Has it got connotations to Madonna by any chance?
I don't know.
I'm just looking at its assets. Look a bit Madonna-fied. Is that a word?
Madonna-fied. Yeah, okay. So that looks nice. Like I said, the skin tone is perfect.
Yeah.
So nice one, Lindsey.
Super duper. Right. Oh, goodness me.
Hang on. He sent me some more. Hold on. Present, share screen, entire screen. There we go. So that's the side.
Oh, yeah.
That's the front that we've seen. That's the side.
Nice legs as well.
And that's the back. She's going ghost busting.
Maybe.
Brilliant.
Or tank busting.
Yeah. Definitely from Warhammer.
Yeah.
So there we go. Tretmod says, oh, a classic bus. Very nice.
Yeah. One of many.
Yeah. Dave Matt Build says, looks great, Lindsey. Very well done. D. Harris says, great paintwork on that figure. Athel says, knowing Lindsey, it will be 7 of 9 if I'd. Jody says, I like the extra robot arms. And Dale Mack says, can't beat a great pair of legs.
Oh, wow.
They used to say that about Tina Turner, didn't they?
Yeah. Another one of my icons. Bless her. Of course, she's not around anymore, isn't Tina, is she?
No.
All the greats go too soon, don't they? Right, so if that's going to go on there, let's just have a look at the destructions.
So in a couple of minutes, we'll go on the benches. See what everybody's been doing the first
gosh,
hour.
I don't feel as though I've done anything yet.
Well, you haven't been here that long, Dave.
I'll try and get this stuck on if I can.
Watched your Lee's video earlier.
Oh, yeah.
just before coming into StreamYard, and their dog Blue. Does that dog ever sit and lie down and rest?
No. No, he's like that all the time, right up to 10 o'clock on the night, and then he'll sit down and go to bed. And then he gets up at 5 in the morning.
It's a bit like Willow, likes photo bombing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely likes that.
I watch and thinking, does that dog ever lie down and stop?
No. Come on.
Dale Mack says, bless her, Tina was awesome, great talent. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate.
Right, let's see if this is blacked out enough before we go around the benches.
I've got to stop shaking. Stop shaking, sir. Stop shaking.
Oh.
Well, it looks like that's where it's going to stay. Give it a push. Don't want to push it too much.
Okay, turn the light off.
Cuckoo.
Spot on, perfect.
Cuckoo.
So I'm going to go around the benches, but I'll come to me first.
Okay.
Because this is exactly how I wanted it to be. So you can more or less see that now. There is no light leak on there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really pleased with that, because the light was leaking all down here and bits, but I'm really happy that's come out the way it has done.
Mm.
So that's me. Let's go over to Geordie.
Right, just busy building the chassis. That's what I'm building.
Oh, nice.
Oh. American long truck.
Yep. So I've built the chassis up here, and now up, and I'm busy putting this part in now, and I've got to get it to slide across.
Uh-huh.
So brilliant. Go over to Horlixs.
Okay, so yeah, I've done some of the chassis, joined them together. It's taken me longer because obviously I'm gluing it all together.
Yeah, I did the same.
And I'm just working on one of the axles. Looks like quite detailed, isn't it? So yeah, trying to put all that in. And I've done some of the engine.
I just love the way that the engine is done with the different levels of the pistons.
Yeah, I noticed that. So yeah, that's all been glued. So it's all been glued. I'm just I'll sort of dry fit it first, see where I need to apply glue.
Yeah.
And then I'll glue it up, because just saves it falling apart.
So is the engine a V8?
4x4, yes, it would be.
I think so.
Oh.
Okay, and we'll come over to Dave. We know he might not have done a lot because he hasn't been here very long.
No, I put one of these triangles on there, and I've just bent another one to go on the bottom. Well, it can either go on the bottom or the top, one or the other, but they've got to go on similar like that. And then they've got to be painted, and then they've got to have adverts on. So, and then that'll be the back sorted, will that? And then I can crack on with the chassis.
Excellent.
57 varieties.
Yeah, and it's 57,
Geordie says, very nice truck.
Thank you.
And Dale Max says, awesome work, chaps.
Thank you.
Okay, so I need to glue up.
I'm just going to do a little bit more on this.
There.
Won't harm it.
How do you think I'm going to cut that? I don't know.
So then, we've had Athol saying what he's had for his tea. What does everybody else belly, bench and beverage?
Right. Okay.
Good. I had macaroni cheese. Then that was for my tea. Can of Coke for the drink. And on my bench is the truck.
Well, blimey, I had a salad, a meat salad, which I really enjoyed actually. So, and I've got a cup of tea in one of my mugs, a cup of tea, and I've got the Okra 1/24 scale AEC B-type bus on my bench, along with a load of other stuff that you can't see.
Now, we had a very British beans on toast.
Oh,
Cheese on?
No. The cheese we had, we realised had gone off.
Oh.
We've got a nice coffee and a bottle of water, and I'm working on this Enterprise D.
In my belly, well, same as every other week. Couple of cocodamol, couple of ibuprofen. Drink, I've got this new caramelized biscuit flavored iced coffee.
Oh,
it's actually quite nice. It's all right. My normal one they didn't have, so I thought I'd try these new ones. And I'm working on this classic car.
okay, so
a bit more.
Chat. I nearly forgot. So since last time, as some of you knew, I was going to go and get a tattoo, and it's
oh yeah,
it's done.
Look at that.
Yep.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Was it all healed up now?
No.
How did you deal with it?
Do you know what? It weren't too bad. It was okay all around here. Under there was really stingy and pinchy. And I bruised, but the bruise has gone down a bit now. And it is scabbing up a bit, but it's not horrendous. Because I've been using creams on it, cleaning it 3 times a day, and then I've been putting bupenfum. I can't remember the name of it. The baby cream, bupenfum, or whatever it's called.
Bupenfum.
Bupenfum, that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going all right. It's not healed yet, but it's just today started the itchy phase. So you can't obviously scratch it.
No.
So all you can do is really tap it. But yeah, it's going all right. And I've already had the quote and spoke to him about my arm piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got the bug now, I think. As soon as I finished, I showed him the other design, and he's a really good artist. It's really neat. He's done a really good job. And he did that in 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's good.
He said it did help that I just sat there and got on with it, because a
Yeah.
lot of people obviously, you know, need to take breaks more often. But
Yeah.
he made me have a cigarette break halfway through,
Yeah.
because he had to change the chair so I could lay down. Apart from that, I would have just probably had it all done in one go. But
Yeah.
the other piece, so I showed him the other piece. He was quite excited about it. He loved it. He said he'd make it even better than what it looks on that picture.
Oh, good.
He said he can really make that pop.
Yeah.
So I've got to send him all the ideas, and then he's going to have a play for me because he's the artist. So he knows what I want, and but I'm not quite sure on a couple of the pieces. So he said just send him everything I've got that I want, and then he will have a play with it.
I wanted another one at some point, but the artist that did mine died. So
People travel miles for artists, though. Good artists.
Well, yeah, I mean, this one's based in London, but only because obviously I know, because I know someone who uses him. So obviously the recommendations were already there.
Yeah.
But this is sort of thing I want on my arm. I think I might have showed you before, because I'm into like roller coasters.
Oh yeah.
Not sure about this click clack yet, and I'm not convinced on the flag. It's too big, and I'm not convinced on this mandala because it doesn't mean anything. So I've been playing with similar designs. They're all very similar, as you can tell. But I like that sort of idea. I quite like that one, but I don't really want the compass there or the American flag, so that's going to have to change. But I've got to send all of these to him and then have a play. So that's roughly what I want on my arm.
Yeah.
I just really love it. And yeah, it's going to be... he reckons he can do it in 8 hours. Well, he said 8 hours, but if I sat still, like I did with this one, he reckons he'll do it in 5, and that's with the detail. And that's because he's such a great artist. He's very quick and precise.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's very quick, isn't it? For the amount of detail that's in there.
Yeah. But no, really, really good. It's like, he's done a great job.
Yeah. I think the tagger took about 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a tagger up around, so I really want something else, but I don't know what.
Oh, and then obviously, to my surprise, obviously I already had a quote to have that arm piece done.
Yeah.
When I got there, I was sort of set up. And because it's like, well, it was past my birthday, but I went to James's friends and we stayed there for the weekend, you know, obviously because that's when the tattoo was being done and we were just going to chill out. And then they decided to play a game and they ended up doing a pinata in the garden. So they said, oh, there was quite a few people there. And they said, oh, everyone pick a colour and then whoever gets the colour right gets the first go. So, of course, we all picked a colour and that. I thought, what's going on here? Anyway, they chose me because it was all part of the setup. I had to smash the hell out of this pinata. And out popped 3 vouchers for the tattoo.
Oh, wow.
So it was free. I didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, brilliant.
So they all clubbed together and surprised me with the vouchers for the tattoo.
That's cool.
That's nice.
That is cool, yeah.
Made up. So yeah, that was after it was done. It was wrapped up. But yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. Like, it's a bit bright, that one. Because I wasn't sure like how it was going to feel. I was dead nervous about it, and I sort of joked because when the vouchers come out of the thing, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to have to go through with it now, aren't I? Because obviously, when I was paying for it, I could have just decided to change my mind. But I was like, oh, I can't now, can I? I've got to go through with it.
Yeah.
But no, it was all right, actually. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it was a bit uncomfortable underneath the bicep because that's a sensitive part.
Yeah.
But it wasn't horrendous.
Right, I'll catch up with this chat. So we've got a guy from the 60s who says, hi, Dave. Hi, guys. Hope you're all doing well. So,
Hi, Paul. On tonight's issue, we might have to rewind. I've done an update on Christine and told everybody about Christine. So to save me saying again, I'll, just get you to listen again. And but yeah, I haven't done anything to the Moggy this week. But I do intend to go in the garage to get a few small bits done a bit later on in the week.
Okay. Dale Mack says, bench, put my pile of shame up on the shelf to give me a kick up to finish. Belly, nothing yet. Beverage is a casual can of beer, LOL. And actually show you the shame shelf because he sent me a picture. So here we go. There we go.
Oh, very good. Nothing shameful about that. That's
no. So, Star Wars, Star Trek, you can't beat it, really. So, very nice, Dale. Jody says, same here, Dale. I have a pile of Miranda Hornet refit project that I need to get to. I've got a Trumpeter Titanic I really need to get back onto as well. I'm terrible at that one. Modz says, I should be working on it and recording content, but I'm watching this instead, LOL. More on there.
Thank you.
Modz says, that looks good. I did tattoos for about 10 years. Nice work on that.
Oh, thank you.
And then Dale Mack says, at Mark Mod sent you a messenger, dude. Yeah, I got it, and I've shown it. No, it's raining here now.
The thing is, will it stay there? That I don't know. Maybe not.
Right.
What's a little clamp on it? Once I did clamp it.
I'm just going to stick these on, and then I need to just have a 5-minute break because I need to get up and move about.
Of course, Horlixs. Like I said to you earlier, don't push yourself. Me and Dave will tell you you have to take back pain very seriously.
Yeah, certainly do.
Yeah, it's just so. I just want to get on, and
I know, so frustrating.
You have your good days and your bad days.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything yesterday. I was racked in pain yesterday.
Dale Mack says, thank you, Mark. And Dave Bill says, I'll be starting on my farm tank transporter soon. Guy from the 60s says, I'll watch again from the beginning. Give Christine my love. I spent 3 days trying to get the body back in line. I wondered why nothing was fitting correctly.
Oh, no. That might be the same yet, because I've actually got one sill on one side, and I've got to weld the back piece of this sill on. I've got the holy sill on, what I call the holy sill, the undersill. That's on perfect. Just the box section sill on the passenger side. Got it all welded up at the front, but it's at the back. I need to weld it up. I've got it tacked in place, and what I've got to do really is I need to strip a door, strip the glass out of a door, and everything off of the door and put the door in the hole so that it I know that it's going to fit right, because I've only got the door hinge tacked on at the minute. Well, I don't want the door hinge post just tacking on. I want it, permanently welded on. So I've got a lot to do really in a short space of time. If I haven't done anything in the last week, I haven't had time. I'm just hoping that it works out right in the end, because but as I was saying earlier, we're wanting to go out with Matilda, our other Morris Manor Series MM. I'd like to go to the club do in August. So at out Bridlington way. So I'd like to go there, but we'll have to see. Are you using just a body jack, or have you got a hydraulic jack thing that'll get it back into line or something? Or I know some folks just hit it with hammer, don't they, and hope for the best, and put a jack in and jack a lump of wood in between the whatevers to straighten things out. Several ways of doing it in there.
Geordie says, almost 3:30 p.m. here. I really should get to work. Thanks for welcoming me. My best thoughts to Christine. Have a good night, gentlemen. Thank you for coming along, Geordie. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Geordie. Take care now. I'll remove this, see if it's stuck. It hasn't stuck. So, what's the song go? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Chuff me.
And Danno Builds says, later, Geordie.
Right, let's have some more glue on, I think.
Oh.
Right, I'm going to go and have a stretch.
79 something. 79G.
Oh.
Well, let's try it again. Oops. No. I'll get in there. I might have to put the thing on again. Dear, oh dear. What about the wider one? Oh, it's a big stretch across there. Yeah.
Okay, we've got Stephen Kessel in saying, good day, everyone. Model on. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Stephen.
And a guy from the 60s says, I use ratchet straps and bottle jack, but we managed to get it back straight. Cameron's welding is coming on a treat. He's doing really well.
Oh, good. Man isn't so good sometimes, but I think what's happened is that I'm outside and using a MIG gas. You need not a lot of wind around, otherwise it blows your gas out. And I think what's been happening is that the wind's been blowing my gas. So some of my welding's a bit tetchy, shall we say, but it's strong. Because believe you me, I weld it with hammer once I've welded it to make sure it don't come apart. And that's from the old days when I was mending buses. Just weld it with an hammer, you know. And if it don't come apart, then you know it's going to be all right.
Dave, your camera's really good tonight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, jolly good. Jolly good. The internet's been funny. We've actually lost our telephones tonight. It's gone on to what you call digital service or something.
Right.
Which means that we have to plug the telephones out the wall socket and into the internet socket.
So you might be getting faster internet then.
So yeah, that's happened, I think, from either last night or tonight. I forget which.
Oh, you'll be enjoying that.
But as usual, the internet around here, they start digging up the roads and then they're back at it again, aren't they?
You know what? How many months in of having EE? 4 months, and we've still not had to reset the router yet.
Oh, that's really good.
It's the most stable internet we've ever had.
Yeah, that's really good.
Now, when the eldest moves back in and starts online gaming, we don't know how it's going to take it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Is it going to fix or what?
We've got his graduation from uni next week. Next month, sorry. 21st of July, he graduates.
Oh, wow.
And he's got a first as well.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
First ever person in the family to get a first.
Yeah. Oh,
on
brilliant.
both my mum's side and my dad's side, nobody's ever done it before.
That's fantastic.
So he's topped them all.
Oh, well done, Jack. That's great news, isn't it?
We were always very strict about his school, his education.
Yeah.
I messed my education up and I didn't want that to happen to him. So we were always very strict about his school.
Yeah.
And he's just gone as far as he can go.
Yeah, I messed mine up as well. I don't know now from school. So
I've learnt more out of school than I did in school.
Yeah, I did, yeah. I learnt more around the back of the bike sheds than I did in school.
I was more, not doing the things I should have been doing.
Yeah.
A guy from the 60s says, how did we ever manage without the blooming internet?
Yeah, absolutely.
And Dave Builds says, I'm going to say good night, guys. It's been a great stream. I'll catch up tomorrow. Night all in chat. Good night, Dave. Mark, hope you have a good time at Berry Market tomorrow.
Good night, Dave. Yeah, have a good time at Berry Market.
And I've got your order in for a power mod for the Titanic engine.
Just hope this is going to glow. Let's just have a bit of a read, shall we?
See, what we did before the internet is we used to phone us friends up on a landline or go see them.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Funny, I was watching something on YouTube about that. This person was said to his dad, so how did you get around without GPS satellite system?
Easy, with a map.
The dad says, well, we used to get a map.
Yeah.
And he says, and you unfolded it and it was about the size of your bonnet of your car. And we went through it. He says, you never got it back into the way you unfolded it. But
That's true.
My dad, he was like a traveling salesman, and he every year got the Reader's Digest map of Great Britain.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, you would have, Dave, would you not? Would be the coach driver, because my dad always had up-to-date maps.
Yeah, I always had a map. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I always had a map.
my stepdad, being a bus stroke coach driver, doesn't need sat nav or a map.
Yeah.
He knows every single British road there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad was like that before, because when when be the coach driver all his life. When we went and picked up his when I went down to Scunthorpe with him to pick up his new car, and so I put the sat nav in to get home. He goes, I don't need one of them.
Yeah.
He says, that's just a distraction.
Yeah.
He says, I've driven on the roads for freaking nearly 40 years. What do I need one of them for?
Yeah, absolutely.
Athol says, an AA road map, Geordie Dave. And he says an AA road map.
Yep, an AA road map.
Yeah.
And the guy from the 60 says, that's true enough, Mark, but we would never have met without the internet. Well, it has its good points and bad points.
Yeah, that's true.
He says, I have met some really nice people since the advent of YouTube. Well, we all met through YouTube, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internet has got its good uses.
Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. for the Route Master Show.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Right. Not expecting that to dry very well, but we'll see. Don't know what that was. It's my next door neighbour.
And we all had a role to play as well. Dave, you were normally doing the instructions.
Oh, gosh.
I was doing the chat.
Yeah.
When Jason was doing the build, he was building, but then it went to Steve-O.
Yeah.
So we all had a bit to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Adrian to do camera control.
Yeah.
And I used to come on as a guest when I was on a day off.
And that was in lockdown.
Yeah.
Before lockdown, I was on with Dave and you know who.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because it was Teddy and Horlixs.
Yeah.
And me and Dave were always in the chat.
Yeah.
We got to know each other from the chat, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Then you went on the show, then I went on 1 week as a guest, and that's how we got to know each other.
Still got my Route Master t-shirt.
Yeah, I have as well. It don't fit me now, though.
I have somewhere.
No, I don't think mine fits me, and I think I'm probably end up passing it down to Oliver.
I think mine's shrunk, actually. It's either that or I've put on weight. Let's say I've put on weight.
See, you shrunk, it's easier.
So I found that little green mat on my bench at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
and I'll show something.
Still there.
So if I go to that, same mat, but that was my first ever video on YouTube.
Good God. Look at that, eh?
Build the X-Wing issue 1. That's my first ever video on YouTube.
Yeah.
And
Really?
I found the map, so I thought it's time to bring it back.
Yeah.
Do painting on it. Athel says, my moaning to the waterboard has worked, as heard the water tank filling back up and turned on the cold water tap and it's working. Yippee, showers tonight, Celia. That's good. And a guy from the 60s says, it was the Route Master that brought me to you guys when Penny was building hers, but she seems to have disappeared. Yeah, there hasn't been much from Penny for the past, I think, 6 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found the little mat and I thought, I'm going to have to bring that back. Because it was my first mat.
So how long have we been doing YouTube now? Goodness me. Is it 6 years or something?
I think, yeah, 6 or 7 years.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, about 6 years, I'd say.
Right, let's leave that to dry.
And I still enjoy it now than when I first started.
Yeah, it's good. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's good, is YouTube. Can ruin your life a little bit, but depends on what you want to do, really, doesn't it? If it's just doing a bit on YouTube now and again, it's not so bad.
Julie doesn't do as much as she used to on YouTube.
No.
She used to do quite a bit, but she doesn't seem to do much anymore.
No, I don't see Julie on much now.
No. Well, I was saying this to Julie the other night. I said, we used to be on chatting till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, God, I couldn't do that now.
And I'm like, what? And how the heck we were doing that, I don't know.
Because we're younger.
Athel says, now I'm sure Lindsey would agree with me, Matt, that you need a raggy. No, I am not having a rag.
Why, you lost the rag?
Don't go there about Lindsay's rag. If you see it, honestly, it is atrocious.
I bet I've got one. I bet I've got one 10 times worse than that. Not in the house, like, but I've always got dirty rags in the garage, of course.
Lindsay's rag needs sending to Chernobyl. It's that bad.
Oh, God.
You think a man of his talents and the level of the models he makes, but he has this awful rag, and honestly, it looks like it's been infected by something. He's going to get me back for this probably tomorrow night, but
Just, okay.
I'm just making 2 headlights now. So tiny.
Can I be bothered to read the instructions? I don't know.
I'm waiting for paint to dry.
What am
So
I
I'm
up
just
to?
chilling.
I'm up to 70. Oh, goodness me, I'm not even on the second page yet. Glue the advertising posters. 100, 101, 102 into the panels. Using white glue. 71, I've done that one. Oh, look, this is where I can jump ahead. Right. So, what have we done here then? Done. Oh, yes. Done that, done that, done that, done that. I've got to that one. 78 I've got to do. Oh, no! Still on the first page of instructions. Okay, so 78. Broke some holes into the wood. Template 1 mm holes, and then 79. Glue the parts 190 and 120 in place with white glue. Then paint them black. Bend the lengths of brass wire 118 and 122. Cut out. Yeah, okay. That is a big instruction. Okay, so 78. Once I get them stickers on. Well, can wait for that. That's nearly dry, that paint. Stickers. In the meantime, chassis. And then that sticker there is the template. And you put it on that way, like that. Yeah. Come on, stop shaking. Shaking Stevens. There we go. Now I need 3 holes working at 1 mil. Okay, so where's my drill? There it is. It's not if I had a hammer, it's if I had a drill. Oops. Okay. Then let's come out that turn. Can't get me drill out. Can't even tell if it's turning. My eyesight's that bad. It isn't turning. Oh, I want it to reverse. It is no reversing. Come on. It's only a 1 mil drill. I can't get a drill. Archimedes screw. Reverse. No, I have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Athol says, watching Gace put that model us together reminded me of my granddad who used to leave Aberdeen en route to Glasgow Fish Market in an open cab 3-ton lorry, taking 8 hours at a speed of 15 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Oh, he said Gace should read Dave. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, Athol, I'm with you on that one. It certainly wouldn't have gone much faster than 15 miles an hour, this thing, because there wasn't made for speed, obviously. I've got it, right. So that's one hole drilled. Back on there. Can I spike it with something else? Yeah, I can. Let me get my Archimedes screw stuck. Oops. Pressed on my iPad. Don't do that. All right. Yeah, I didn't come on the screen until about 7:30. Guy from the 60s, pal. So I didn't. One. Now, has it moved? Yeah, I think it has moved a little bit. Anyway, well, it was a bit of poetic license, will we? Oh, I can get this drill to go in. Gently, little David, gently. There we go. Right. So that's 3 little holes. Where's my pincers gone? Oh, just for a job. Okay. Now then. I still can't put anything in the earls. Goodness me, 120 got to put on there. Okay. 120 is what? 118 and 122 is the brass wire. And then a block. Oh, goodness me. Okay. I understand. Okay. 2 little blocks. The foot pedals. They must be in there somewhere. Well, oh, didn't realise what time it was. Goodness me.
Aye, nearly 10 to 9.
Goodness me.
Time flies by when you're having fun.
It does. It does indeed.
Athol says, and the last time I drove the same route down to Glasgow, it took me about 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And Steve131 says, night Dave. I think that's to Dave Mac.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly wouldn't take you as long now, would it? So. I mean, believe it or believe it not, we used to go hit from here in East Yorkshire to Blackpool. It used to take it hours because, like, there was no motorway. And,
What are you on about, Dave? It took me 11 hours to get from Eastbourne to you.
Yeah, I know. I know, that was incredible.
Just unlucky, I think, with the traffic.
Yeah, I think he was, definitely.
Worth it, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just as you say, very unlucky with the traffic. It was horrendous that day. The M25 was all snarled up, wasn't it?
All the way round, yeah.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah. Stop, start, stop, start.
You know, they put the M25 in to make life easier. It doesn't make life easier.
No, the problem is there's so many cars coming on the road every single day.
Yeah. Oops. What's wrong? I can't move it now. Damn it. Can't get it off now. Yes, I can, maybe. Okay, that'll do it. So that's them adverts on the back. Okay. Started on the chassis. Making me sweat. Where's the other advert gone then? What does that, where does that go? Oh, right. Gillian Dotz, whatever you call them. I don't know. We don't know where that one goes, I don't.
Right.
Oh, it's a doubt. It goes on the step, which I haven't put on yet. So, and then we've got the clock, the LGOC. Oh, dear me.
Right. Well, we'll go around the benches. It's 10 to 9 and see how people have done.
Okay.
So start with myself. I've just done a little bit more blackout just on this bit here. Apart from that, I can put this away. Oh, I've labelled the wire as well. I can put this away for next week's issue. Geordie.
Take that off. Okay, that's where I'm up to. So I'm busy building the cab up at the moment. Seats in, steering in, gearboxes in. So
pretty good. Yeah, pretty good.
Done quite a bit then tonight. Okay, we'll go over to Alex.
Oh yeah, so just working up, just put some more of the front end on, the grille and the headlights, and then the engine's in. And now I'm just working on like the bulkhead here, if you like, and just put the, I don't know what that is, a gear knob or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's coming on really nicely.
Very good.
Fantastic. And finally, we'll come over to DS Models.
Okay, well, I've put all the adverts on the back there. So we've got all them on the back. So it's got tin on the back there, and then the adverts are stuck to the tin, and I've painted it inside and out. And then the next thing I've got to start on is the chassis and cab. And I've had to drill 3 holes. You might not be able to see them, but there are 3 holes in there. And because I'm starting to work on the chassis and cab, which is 78, 79. And so yeah, 78 and 79 is the chassis and the cab. And I'll start and work on building up the cab with the bonnet on and the engine underneath and everything, and the steering wheel and what have you next time around. So I think I finished on the body, apart from it needs a step putting on the bottom here. You can't see bottom there, needs a step putting on the bottom there, but you don't do that yet, you do it a bit later on. And yeah, so that's pretty much all the body done.
Nice.
And then you put the chassis can just clip onto the body, but you have to glue it eventually. And that just goes on there like that. So there's the body on the chassis, and yeah, so that's the London B-type bus, 1/24 scale from Okra.
Excellent.
Okay. Whew. I'm warm now.
I am. Problem is, if I open my window, it makes my door open. I need to fix my door. It's not shutting properly.
Yeah, you need to sort the catch out on your door, don't you? If it's opening like that easy. I'm just seeing what happened when I caught my pad. I hope I didn't do anything. I hope I didn't buy anything. No, I don't think I did. I don't know though. No, I didn't. Thankfully. I'm just watching a few bits, but I caught my pad with my elbow. I noticed it came up on eBay and I thought, oh no, what's happened?
Athol says, you guys must have the patience of saints, as if that were me, I'd still be on stage 1. I think it's perseverance.
Yeah, perseverance and, you know, whatever you're interested in, really. So I'm personally working on a goal at the end of the day, a goal where I want a cabinet full of London transport buses of all different sizes and scales. Some that I've made up like this and some that I bought, but primarily a cabinet that's going to be full of London transport buses right throughout the eras. And I've got several cabinets that I want to fill. So I've got a cabinet that's going to have Shillybeer buses in, and I've got a cabinet that's going to have East Yorkshire buses in, and so that's my goal. Is whether I'll get there or not, I don't know, but I might do. You know, I've got a lot of models that's already pre-made or that you can buy off the shelf or whatever, and then there's just the odd ones like this that I want to build and put in and make like a display, a cabinet display. And around the house I want different cabinets with different displays in, so I want three major cabinets, and then I'll have a couple of cabinets like there's one behind me. So yeah, that's the idea. That's the goal I'm working towards. Hopefully I'll get there, but it will take a while, obviously.
Ian Campbell's in, says a very good evening all. Good evening, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Coming to the end though, unfortunately.
Yeah, how are you doing, Ian? Are you all right? I did notice that you was taking on some power mods again. So you're a glutton for punishment, aren't you? But having said that, it is going to help the community a lot, because a lot of people want the power mods, don't they? So power up the model. So
we've got Athol who says, "Evening, Ian. It's not power mods. He said it's basically, like you go to your shows, Dave,
yeah,
and you want to display your models.
yeah.
It's a power pack to do that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's still
A mobile power pack.
Mobile power pack. Yeah, that's still a damn good thing, really, because as you know, we do take our big route masters to shows, and I am able to do that with something that I've got, but yeah, that is a very good thing to do for models, especially if there's something moving in them as well. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
What we found is that often with the route masters, as you know, you can put batteries in them as well. So we've had them at a few shows where we've had the batteries in and the lights on and everything else, and because it's been like a sunny day or something, you can't really tell, especially if they're outside. So, but if there was inside shown in an inside building or something, then that would make all the difference. But obviously, when you're showing them outside in the sunshine on a dry day, you can't really tell that the lights and everything are on, which is a bit disappointing, really. But having said that, you know that they're on, and if people look closely enough, they can tell that they're on. But yeah, I think people are more surprised at the scale and the size and the delicacy and the intricacy of the model, the models that me and Christine have shown anyway over the last so many years. The more they give you a wow factor, just the sheer scale of them.
Right, I am done.
So Ian Campbell says, "Hey, Sir Dave, yeah, power packs." And he says, "If you visit the website, it gives you ideas of offering to come."
Okay, jolly good.
So I've just put the dashboard in.
Yeah.
And 2 seats.
Excellent.
Which are gluing in.
And you're getting that V8 engine together, aren't you?
That's in. Don't really like car seats, do they? They look like something in a waiting room.
Yeah.
There were more basket seats in them cars.
Yeah.
Wicker.
Yeah,
cool.
Wicker.
We can go cameras up when everybody's ready.
Yeah, just get the camera sorted.
Just give me 2 minutes. We'll get this in.
Come on, camera. Oh. Come on. That's it. Thought it was going to play up then.
Well, yeah, nice way to end the show. Been a good night tonight. Thank you for your update on Chris, Dave. I know everybody's wondering what's going on.
Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for giving me the airtime to do that. Yeah, if anybody wants to look back, it was about 7:30, so 35 minutes in, and I gave everybody an update on Christine. And yeah, so we're muzzling on in and we're doing what we can. And life's pretty tough at the moment, but we're getting there. We are doing something. So and yeah, still at the hospital every week as well. So in fact, she's got an appointment on Saturday this week. So
yeah,
believe it or not.
Well, if everybody could give us a nice thumbs up, that would be absolutely fantastic. And subscribe. It's free. It costs nothing.
Absolutely,
Hit the subscribe button. It really does help us out.
It does.
So thank you everybody for your chat and for watching us tonight. It's a good night from me, and I'll just let these guys say good night.
Yeah, good night for me.
Good night from me.
Okay, and I'll say if you've got a few chickens, a sheep, and a goat, you've got a small holding. Goodbye from me.
Bye.